to the Healing Insights 70-day course. We are on day 53 as we continue with step 4, reprogramming your mind. Today, my healing insight is, to improve your marriage, it is better to improve yourself. Robert Kiyosaki finished explaining this healing insight in his book, Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad's Guide to Financial Freedom. He said, don't work on the other person, work on your thoughts of the other person. This healing insight was super hard for me to accept, to comprehend, and to apply to my life because I had come from a scarcity mindset. I never thought I had enough. I was stuck feeling survival emotions of lack and victimization. I didn't want to believe that I had to improve myself to have a better marriage. It was so much easier to blame my husband. That's what you do when you are experiencing victimization. You make every excuse possible. You blame everyone else instead of looking inward and realizing that you need to make some changes. So many thought leaders are saying the same thing, but in just a little different way. Think about Tony Robbins' quote, turn your expectations into appreciations. Many times, the expectations we have are inappropriate, so we place blame and judgment on ourselves and others. We are not focusing on the blessings or appreciating what is already working in our relationship. We only focus on what is not working. Remember what Dr. Joe Dispenza's quote says, wherever you place your attention is where you place your energy. So it's no wonder that we are stuck in this scarcity mindset, swimming in survival emotions. All our energy is being placed on the negative. Think of it like this. If you blame your spouse for everything and feel that they must change, but they blame you for everything and feel that you must change, but nobody is willing to change, you're still doing the same thing, so the situation is still the same. Let me break it down. You're still thinking the same thoughts. You're still feeling the same survival emotions. You're still acting or reacting the same way. Nothing is changing because no one has taken responsibility to change. Therefore, couples continue to have arguments over the same thing throughout their time together. Believe me, I did not want to accept the fact that maybe the reason my relationship was strained was my fault. But because the law of attraction is a real law, it stands to prove my point. James Van Praagh describes the law of attraction as like attracts like. As you see, if I am focusing on the negative, I am attracting the negative. If I can focus on the positive, then I will attract the positive. To attract the positive, I need to place my attention and my energy on changing things that I can control and that I can change. Remember, it's not your job to change others. You can only love them. We can only change ourselves. This was a hard pill to swallow. To look in the mirror and accept the fact that I was the reason my life was such a mess. This was one of the most difficult things that I had to accept and forgive myself for. But I had to see the dirt before I could clean it up, right? I never said this would be easy. I just said these concepts are simple, almost common sense. But to apply them to your life takes action dedication, and accepting the realization that you have to take responsibility for your own well-being. This is the only way that you can create a sense of balance to access your ability to see your full potential. The only way that you can help yourself to be primed for success. The only way that you can truly honor your mind, body, soul, and spirit. You're probably wondering how I applied this healing insight to my life. I applied it by doing all the activities in the self-development courses. Another book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, was extremely helpful. First, my husband and I identified what our primary and secondary love languages were. Then I followed the guidelines of how to use the love languages to improve my ability to love my husband in his love language. It was hard not to use my love language. Next, I had to enlist his help to assess me monthly. He had to assess me on how I was doing on being a better partner, how I was doing loving him in his love language. The whole first month, you're not allowed to request your partner to love you in your love language, no matter how deprived you feel. I also took the extra challenge and did the 6-month activity. So again, monthly assessments were required to determine how I was or was not improving. I will say that this is one of the most difficult activities that I have done. I had to open myself up to the judgment of my husband. However, he was not as tough on me as I thought he would be. I think I was tougher on myself. I believe this activity helped our relationship tremendously. I was able to release many of the thoughts, emotions, and memories that were holding me back. It also helped me to reframe the judgments, blame, and reactions I was having related to our relationship. I was able to begin to turn my expectations into appreciations. I realized that I could focus on the positive, the blessings that I already had in my marriage. But remember, your journey is not over just because you complete this activity. The real challenge is to apply these techniques to your life, to apply these healing insights on a long-term basis. An abundant mindset will allow you to focus on the positive. The tapping meditation process will let you process and release survival emotions not serving you. The repetition is what will create the healthy habits in your new amazing life. You will begin to reprogram your mind every time that you apply these healing insights because you are taking action. You will use the law of attraction automatically when you focus on the positive. You will be given extra blessings when you remember to add or something better to your intentions. So maximize for a full life today. The activity, soul-searching questions, and daily challenge can be found in the workbook under day 53. You may pause the video now to print out that worksheet or grab your pen and notepad. The activity is titled Transform Your Thoughts. Instructions. List 10 thoughts you have about your partner during a stressful situation. Transform your thoughts into positive energy. So you will have a worksheet and it says transform your thoughts above the top. And the example that I'm giving is, he's so stubborn. And you would transform that into a positive thought by saying, I'm glad he knows how to stand his ground. So give it a try. All right, moving on. Soul-searching questions. How did you feel as you did the Transform Your Thoughts activity? What did this activity help you realize? How can you apply this healing insight to your life to improve your relationship? Daily challenge. Turn hope into action. Walk the walk. Transform your thoughts today. Choose one of the thoughts from the Transform Your Thoughts activity sheet. During a stressful situation, use positive energy to transform your thoughts. Notice how this positive energy neutralizes the stressful situation. All right, so you have a challenge there, and I will see you in the next video.